Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. It's Jessica, and today I'm going to be recreating AmandaRachLee's March 2019 bullet journal setup. And if you don't know who AmandaRachLee is, I don't know what you're doing. If you love art and bullet journaling and calligraphy and all that fun stuff, then you should check out her channel because she's amazing. She's lit, and I don't know why you wouldn't. So yeah. Okay, so for March, Amanda chose this woodland forest greenery type of theme, and she used her Crayola Super Tips and a Tombow Dual brush pen, and I don't have Crayola Super Tips, so I decided to use the Super Markers by US Art Supply. They look the same as you can see in the camera. They had the same packaging basically, except the main tube is gray, and they had the same exact point. You can get a really fine line and a really thick line, so I used my Super Markers instead. Obviously the colors don't match up exactly because it's a different brand, but I tried, and that's good, right? So here, as you can see, everything just turned into this orangey yellow tint, and that's not what I was planning because the sun was setting, so it looks orange, and it started snowing while I was filming this, so that wasn't good, and I didn't realize it until I looked back at the footage and realized that everything was not okay. So I stopped filming and waited for the next day, and so this orangey tint will not last long, I promise you guys. I do want to say that this is not a tutorial of any kind. The actual one is on AmandaRachLee's channel, which I'll be linking the link to in the description box down below. You can check out the video in her channel. Mine is nothing compared to hers, so don't take this as a tutorial of any kind. So for the word March, I didn't have any kind of thin calligraphy pen because all I had were the Tombow Dual brush pens, and they are really huge, so I can't write typical sized calligraphy with them, and I decided just to do faux calligraphy instead. So I just wrote the word March out in cursive with a Micron pen, and I traced all the downstrokes with another. The lighting's back, which is awesome. So I decided to use the same exact quote that Amanda used, which was expect nothing, appreciate everything. And like I said before, I didn't have any kind of calligraphy pen that would write in a typical sized font, so I just wrote the words nothing and everything in just a normal cursive. So here is my monthly overview, and I do want to say that I planned all of the spreads out beforehand with my pencil so I wouldn't have to mess up while I was filming, because that's not fun. I started out drawing all of the lines for my calendar, freehand, just following the dots, but I realized that this did not work and I messed up multiple times. I will fix all of that in the end. So then I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So I went and got my ruler and just used that for the rest of the lines, which is amazing because I couldn't have done it without a ruler. For the word March, I didn't have a typical sized calligraphy brush pen, so I decided to use the thick Tombow Dual brush pen to write it instead, and I added some drop shadows to make it pop. Here I just added my white lines with my Jelly Roll pen on top of the leaves, and you can see that it doesn't work. It just picked up the marker ink and it blended with the white to get like this light green ink, and it didn't work at all. So I fixed it at the end. So it was good. Here is the mood tracker. So the idea behind this spread was that the lines were the stems of a plant, and every day I would color or draw a little leaf, and the color would be based on my mood. I accidentally added an extra box to my mood key, so that is something that should be ignored. I started my habit tracker here, and I usually just don't do individual month trackers, like draw out the same month over and over again and color in every day. But this month I just decided to do it because I feel like you can see what you really have done and what you haven't done with the little individual months instead of a little chart that you fill in. At the bottom of my habit tracker, I decided to draw a bunch of those plants and leaves that became the theme of this month. I didn't have any washi tapes that went along with this theme. I only had one green washi tape, and it had a bunch of fruits and plants on it, and the green didn't really match the theme anyway, but I decided to use it because it was the only one. So yeah. You can actually see my phone in this clip. You may see it in a bunch of the other clips, but I'm just looking at the video for references so I know what I'm doing. Peeling off washi tape is so satisfying, at least when it doesn't rip your paper. This was also supposed to be visually satisfying, like the rest of the video, so hopefully it was a little bit. Here I just wrote down the basic habits such as cleaning and vacuuming and, you know, all those good things. This is the brain dump page. Amanda did a double-sided page for brain dump, but I didn't need that much space, so I just did it on one side instead. I found this coloring part very satisfying, especially coloring the trees, because this page isn't as important as other ones because I can just dump my ideas, so it's not meant to look very pretty. So yeah, that was very fun. So here is the playlist spread, and I didn't know if I wanted to actually do this or incorporate this into my actual bullet journal because I didn't know if I would end up using it. But then I thought, why not try it out, because I've never done it before and it's really new to me. So I decided to try it out. I thought it'd be really cool if I could look back one day in the future and see like what songs I liked in March and be like, what was I listening to back then? The next spread was a quote spread, and the quote was, "When women support each other, incredible things happen." And that is true. So I was really proud of my font styling type of thing when I was writing this, because usually I mess up when I write. So this time my cursive was on point. The word incredible was beautiful. I loved when I wrote that. I don't know, I think it turned out really nice. And I did not add the white lines at the top of the leaves. Like I said, I'm gonna fix it later. Here is the first weekly spread of the month. I actually did this weekly spread for the week of 10 to 16 because I didn't have much things that I wanted to plan out for the earlier weeks. This was my first Dutch store spread. I've never done one before this, so it was really exciting. I did find out that I didn't need that much room because each day was a whole huge box and I didn't need that much room for each day to plan. So I guess I don't really need these type of spreads unless I have a lot going on that week. There was a leafy greeny doodle at the bottom left corner of the page, And I did have an extra box because the total was 8 boxes, so I just used the extra box for notes, even though I didn't end up writing a lot of notes in there because I had so much space in every single box. When I was writing the numbers and the little circles for the dates, I realized that I wrote the wrong numbers, so I later just colored in the circles black and went in with another special thing to write the numbers in, aka something that was white. I'm really bad at drawing lines, so when I did my little grid thing for my weekly events, they weren't very good, so please do not judge my lines. To fix the problem that I was talking about before, where my white Jelly Roll pen just wouldn't show up, I used some acrylic gouache. I didn't know what acrylic gouache was until I found it on the Michaels website, and I thought it was really cool, so I got some Liquitex acrylic gouache, and it works really well on top of markers. It was really difficult to get extremely thin line because I just can't keep still, but it ended up working very well. The brush that I'm using in this clip is from the Royal and Langdon acrylic brush value pack that I got from Walmart. So yeah, it was pretty cheap. I got 10 in a pack, but they are good. I also went back in my eraser to erase all of my original pencil drafts for my setups and went in and tweaked some of the mistakes that I made. Here are the completed spreads. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. Do all the things, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!